And again, it's the Badgers missing. On defense, Wisconsin trailing by 4. And it's Freak missing. Hawkins with it. He kicks to Hill. And he drops in the way up off the glass.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenge.
Here's the Badgers with the ball. Braxton, he's in at point guard. White is out there with Harrell. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. There's the feed to Kaminsky. And again, it's the Badgers missing.
You know, one of the big questions on everybody's mind in this game is whether or not Freak will stay on for another year or go pro. I mean, usually a player with his upside would be a lock to be a one and done, but he's giving serious thought to staying.
And Freak is a guy who clearly values the scholastic aspect of collegiate sports. So it makes sense for him to think about staying beyond this season. Still, with Freak's draft stock rising, this could be his career game as a collegiate player.
And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. Hill is out there with Hawkins. Then it's Kaminsky. Then it's Decker. And it's Evans in at the 4 slot. Now here's Freak. He's guarded by Hill. 1:30 in the first half of the game.
And not many people know this, but the Badgers do have one college title in their tournament. Won the tournament back in 1941. A different time back then, but a title nevertheless.
And the Cardinals making a change here. Odom's checked in. Peyton, he's checked in for Wisconsin.
And what a journey it has been, really, for this whole team to make it to the college championship, especially for Freak. A few bumps in the road for him, but what a story.
Craig, you get the feeling that it's only the beginning. I mean, the way he plays and the accolades he has, I mean, you can see him having a long and productive career at the pro level.
Here's Braxton. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And for that 1941 title you mentioned, Greg, for the Badgers, it was actually their first invitation to the College Tournament Club.
How about that for a first impression?
Yeah, not bad.
Not too bad at all. Prior to their recent run of success, that was their lone bright spot as a program.
Here's Harrell, right wing. Mack, the pass to White. And Freak throws it in with the basket.
You see Freak and his team go for the title here. He is trying to repeat what he did just a year ago. He was able to lead his high school to the PSAL championship.
Well, Greg, he was a 4-time All-American selection in high school, and a unanimous one at that. He's won state titles before, but this is a different animal in high school.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Evans. Mack grabs the miss. Mack's got 3 rebounds now in this one. They get it back. And Harrell slams it in.
And Kevin, things like that, really the reason they've got a nice lead right now. Just a great job on the glass.
And break the jam and the foul, and so that brings the first half to a close. Cardinals ahead, ending the second quarter. Welcome back. We're just about ready to get going with the second half of a historical championship game. For those just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan, pleased to be alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony as we get set to watch how the college basketball season will end.
You know what, guys? That was the start that Freak and his team wanted in the first half. I mean, they didn't run away with the game, but they're in a really good spot to capture the title.
These first 5 minutes in the second half are going to be huge. They know their opponent is going to come out strong and try to even things up. But if they can keep their cool, they'll be on their way, I think, to the title.
Braxton in at point guard. Harrell is out there with White. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5 spot. And Wisconsin looking at who they've got. We've got Hawkins. He's out there with Hill. Decker is out there with Kaminsky. And it's Evans in at the four-man position.
And, guys, one big story that we have in this championship game is that a guy like Freak could boost his draft stock quite a bit. A win here could catapult him up the big boards of a lot of teams.
And, you know, while it's just one game, scouts will get a chance to see how he plays on the big stage. Knowing a player is at his best when the lights are brightest is a big plus in TM sports.
A quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off,
And here's Freak. Outside, White. He feeds it to Mack. Now here's Freak. Defense is right there. He changes it straight down.
This game's still very much up in the air. I mean, this is where you start to separate the men from the boys and where heroes are born.
And one team looking to ice the win, the other hoping to force OT. I think right now you lean on your stars and get the ball to Freak every chance you get to try and come away here with the title.
Braxton, he's in at the point. White is out there with Harrell. Then there's Sanders. And it's Mack in at the 5. And, guys, what do you think about the hustle stats here for the Cardinals?
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter.
It's hard to believe that he's a point guard. I mean, he can power those dunks down as well as any big man in the league.
If not better. If not better. He's a phenomenal finisher.
Enjoy seeing that kind of bounce out of that spot on the floor.
Hawkins kicks to Evans.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
6 on the shot clock. Rebound by Harrell.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Wisconsin trails by 8.
Wisconsin.
Checked in, and it's Rozier in for Freak. And Wisconsin also making a switch. Wade's checked in. And he's checked in for the Cardinals. Freak comes in for Rozier. And Wisconsin going with almost an entirely new group here. Conley kicks to Walker. The shot no good, and it's Louisville the other way. They've led by as many as 11 points.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
And, guys, you know that rebounding is a huge part, a huge component of winning games. It's not a glamour stat, but it's necessary if you're going to be a winning team.
Conley kicks to Walker. And stolen by Freak. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. The coast-to-coast dunk.
And with that speed, once he took off, he just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
Long range from the inbound, and it's Payton. That time on the assist by Conley.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of him.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. And that's an intentional foul.
That's his first personal foul.
Puts it up off the inbound, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Frank Kaminsky picks one up.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. And the Badgers with possession here.
Execution, fellas. Do your job. Freak, you're our leader out there. Execute.
.15 seconds left here in the second half of the game. Here's Payton. No good on the triple. Now, Freak for 3. It's off. We see the Cardinals get the win.
Hello?
Hey, Ma, it's me.
Hey, Frequency.
Hi, I got you on speakerphone.
Okay, your sister there?
Hey, Mama, I'm right here.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I'm fine.
Yvette's here too, Mama.
Hi, Mama. How you doing? I'm fine.
Does she have to be here?
Yes. Mr. Pagnotti, the agent I was telling you about, he's in the room too.
How you doing, ma'am?
I'm good. Nice to meet you.
What a pleasure to finally meet the queen mother of this young, talented man, even if only by telephone.
That's sweet. Hang on, Frequency. Here comes your father.
All right.
Hey, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone's well.
How you doing, Mr. B?
Good evening and welcome to the NBA Draft. With the first pick in the NBA Draft, the Minnesota Timberwolves select Karl Anthony Towns from the University of Kentucky. With the second pick in the NBA Draft, the Los Angeles Lakers select D'Angelo Russell from The Ohio State University. With the third pick in the NBA Draft, the Philadelphia 76ers select Jahlil Okafor from Duke University. With the fourth pick in the NBA Draft, the New York Knicks select Gilbert Braxton from the University of Louisville.
Let's do this, young man.
Yes, sir.
We met working at the post office together. Mark.
Let's take them back. Yeah, 94. As the preacher takes a pulpit, fix your coat, prepare for 40 below spit. 7 days of heaven's ways and hang-ups. Chris and Ryan again, and we wishing anybody who isn't wishing us well bankrupt. A L and whatever else ain't up. As far as me, I'm still caught up in all it. Still calling my expendables, cause it's hard to believe I can fit all of the boys in one. And the streets start trembling. It's way too many it seems. Too many witnesses. Up and down with their visions of what a street is. I call it the seesaw syndrome. Maybe you make a mistake, you lose. And this is for the real hip-hop. So it never, ever, ever ask me, am I here to replace Guru? Word? That's how you feel up on this track? Try on that.
What you trying to rap now?
Yeah, yo, Royce.
What up, man?
We just lamping in the studio, you know, doing our thing.
Okay.
Bugging out, you know.
Right.
Little test run. So, I need you to speak with your hands. On the count of 3. Everybody now, 1, 2, 3, go. Talk to who stepped up in this rap game and seen acting fool. Me and Preem, both names go together. A lot of frontin' like they.
All right. You all know why we're here and what we came to do this year. This is only the beginning of a very long season, but Game 1 means just as much as Game 82. Now, we have some new faces here that I really expect to make an impact for us this season. We've already seen flashes of what they can do for us, but I expect all of you to go out there and execute just like we did in camp. Ain't no more excuses. It's time to get serious. If we play our brand of basketball, there's no telling where this team can go. So get out there, get warm, and let's go win this game.
Here we go, my first NBA game. This is something I've been waiting for my entire life. And to be honest, I'm a little bit nervous. But I know this is where I belong. So I just gotta get out there and do what I was born to do. I hope I can make my family proud.
Welcome, everybody, to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. The Bucks. Henson checked in for Monroe. And Jared Bayless subbed in for Chris Middleton. And stepping out onto the floor now for his very first official NBA playing time, we're going to check out our first glimpse of professional basketball from Braxton.
Yeah, and whether he has friends and family in the crowd tonight or watching at home, I know a lot of people are proud of this young man. He's worked so hard to achieve this goal.
Yeah, and the future's bright for him, Greg. Not just tonight and not just this season, but for years to come.
Setting the floor for the Knicks. Braxton in at point guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Lance Thomas. Then it's Derek Williams. And it's Roten in at the 2 spot.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Plumlee is checked in for Milwaukee. Mayo comes in for Michael Carter-Williams. And stolen by Roten. And here we go. Freak heading to the hoop. Well, with Freak Clark, there was a question whether he would stay another year in college. Really was a tough decision for him, but he ended up coming out after his freshman year.
And, Kevin, it's really hard to blame a guy like Freak for doing that. I mean, he's clearly NBA ready, and he's putting a lot at risk for every year he stays in school when he could be on the NBA clock.
Here's Henson.